friends. How are you guys doing today? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, you are making it. You're doing great. You're being blessed, and everything is going your way. I hope that for you. I pray that for you guys. Today, we're going to be talking about a movie from 1994. Wow, I was 11 years old when I saw this in the theater. This movie is directed by Mr. Simon Wincer, and, guys, it's called Lightning Jack. You probably ain't never even heard of this movie. So before I get started telling you about it, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Guys, this is Lightning Jack, and it's got Paul Hogan. If you didn't notice on the cover art there, on the poster, we've got Crocodile Dundee and Cuba Gooding Jr. Man, we've got Beverly D'Angelo too, all right? The mom from Christmas Vacation, Clark Griswold's wife, the beautiful Beverly D'Angelo. Yeah, we got her in this. She plays an old Western a damsel, if you will. So, guys, this is a good comedy. Like, this is solid, man. This comes off the heels of, I believe Cuba had just finished maybe the movie Gladiator. Not the Russell Crowe movie, guys. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the boxing film with Brian Dennehy. I think he had just finished that. This may have been a little after. I'm not real sure. I didn't look up the dates, but this was close to that period of time for Cuba Gooding Jr. He hadn't quite done Jerry Maguire yet, but he was getting there, you know, and his talents were definitely being displayed in this. This is basically about an Australian bank robber. He's in the Wild West, and the thing is, he robs a bank, and he takes Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character hostage, right? He takes him hostage, they escape, and what we find out is that Cuba is kind of he's mute. He can't, I don't remember if he's deaf too. He may be mute and deaf. I can't remember, but he has that disability, and Paul Hogan can't see, or he can't read, or both. Maybe he can't see and he can't read. So they wind up being each other's kind of eyes and ears. It's like, you know, Paul Hogan kind of talks for Cuba Gooding Jr. because they become friends. And Paul Hogan's like, I'm going to teach you how to rob banks. And at the time, you know, he's a mute, deaf black boy in the Old West. So he does, you know, he takes him under his wing, kind of. And so but Cuba, he is Hogan's eyes, you know, like if Cuba will notice things off in the distance, or he'll see something, he'll be like, you know, pointing at it and talking to it. So it's a very interesting dynamic between the two of them, and it's like a very like odd couple kind of pairing, and it works though, because it's incredibly funny. It's got L.Q. Jones in it. I think he plays a sheriff like he does in just about everything. It's got that other guy. He was like the bartender, or he was the guy that Walker, Texas Ranger, always went in there with his crew and like drank or ate or whatever it was. That guy's in here. He plays like a saloon owner. Go figure. But it's just, it's such an interesting story because of the way because there's a lot of body humor, but there's also a lot of spoken humor, like vocal humor, that it just, excuse me, guys, I had the hiccups. It just lands, you know what I mean? It just really lands for me. And I remember when this first came out, like I said, I was 11 years old, and I went and saw this with my grandmother in the theater, and she really liked it because she was a big Crocodile Dundee fan, and she liked Paul Hogan, thought he was a dreamboat. So, you know, I've always enjoyed Lightning Jack. In fact, I don't think it has a Blu-ray release, a 4K release. I don't even think you can find it on digital anywhere. I got this sucker on DVD like 20-something years ago, and that's how I've been watching it all this time. So like I said, this is kind of a little-known Paul Hogan and Cuba Gooding Jr. film. Like, I'm not sure a whole lot of people even realize that this film was ever made. But it's a very, very funny movie. It's a very underrated film. You should definitely check it out, especially if you like Old West comedies like Maverick and Silverado, stuff like that. If you like old Western films with a touch of comedy like Blazing Saddles and stuff, this would be right up your alley. Is it as crass and as offensive as Blazing Saddles? No. But it is genuinely funny with lighthearted humor. Nothing's dark. Nothing's super satirical or offensive. It's just very lighthearted, kind of slapstick humor that I really enjoyed. And I thought that Paul Hogan does an excellent job being funny. And he's not funny like, oh, he's a goofy funny, like he's just funny as in oblivious funny. As in, he just doesn't understand things, and his misunderstanding is what makes the situation funny. And I loved that. There aren't enough movies that are able to, especially nowadays, I haven't seen a comedy in many years that I find genuinely funny because of the situations and dialogue, not because it's like, oh, well, let's think of the most offensive, vulgar thing we can and make fun of it. Like, this was genuinely good-hearted humor, and I really enjoyed it, and I think you guys would too. If you can find it, you can find it anywhere. I highly recommend getting it just because it is so hard to find. If you find a physical copy, buy it, because I have a feeling one day this movie may actually be worth something. You know, like, you could probably sell it on eBay. But this is a great movie, guys. Check it out for sure. If you get a chance, if you can find it, to buy, do it, because it'll be worth your coin, guys. It is a fantastic film. I would give it 2 thumbs up, and check it out. That's all I'm going to say, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, stopping in, listening to me talk for a little bit. If you have seen this, please let me know in the comments. Let me know if you've seen it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you thought of the comedy in it, what you thought of Cuba Gooding in it. You know, just let me know what you think about it, guys. I appreciate it. As always, I'm going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them. Peace out. Hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. God bless you, my friends, and I will see you soon.